Hi everyone, I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart for our reading today. So I'll choose some cards from the Psychic Tarot. I'll take some from the Destiny pack as well for some extra guidance. And I'll also choose one from the Stars pack as well for some extra guidance. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective, or anyone who views this video, and as always just take what resonates and just put the rest to one side. The sun has moved into Libra. So yesterday was the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere and the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere. So a big change of seasons, change of lots of things in our lives as we have been going through these powerful releases and activations and bringing ourselves into alignment with what makes us happy. There comes a point where there is a huge transformation that we're about to step into, and there's always that hesitance of, is this going to work? Am I going to be able to cope with these changes? Do I trust these changes that are occurring? And how are these changes really, what are they invoking within us? This change of seasons in the northern hemisphere, where we start to step into the longer dark nights and the cold weather, our bodies start to change, our body attire, what we wear starts to change. We start to wrap up, we throw our sandals away for this time of the year and step into our boots. And so the kids are all back at school, we are maybe changing in our career, maybe we're stepping out of an old career into a new one. So there's the energy of change, and this equinox and the eclipse season that has been so beneficial for us to see our shadow. We have Venus in the night sky now. We see her shining as an evening star, and right next to Venus is the fixed star Arcturian. So there's a powerful gateway between Arcturian and our soul journey. So when we pass, our souls travel through the Arcturian gateway, and we are being assisted to do any healing from the old dogma that is old in us, stuck in and fearful of making these changes, or fearful of really embracing the change. So Arcturian, this star that is fixed in our sky right next to Venus. So these light beings from, these star beings from Arcturia star are very high vibrational. They work in conjunct with the ascended masters and will help us to go into any reality that is no longer serving us, that may be obstructing us from flowing through these changes. So the Arcturian, this energy, high frequency, high vibration, is unity consciousness, is the energy of the purest of love, unconditional love, and will assist us to take us back through any realities, through any past lifetimes that we have come into a place of indecision through fear that is affecting this timeline, that is affecting us here in this moment, in this reality, because there's so much change occurring. Feelings of loss could be coming to the surface through this eclipse and the equinox. Feelings of loss of maybe our past, maybe of relationships, some kind of betrayal maybe coming to the surface, for us to really acknowledge what we have been carrying and how we have carried it, and asking ourselves, where in our lives are we out of balance? Is it in our relationship? Is it in our careers, our finances? Where has this energy, where has our soul brought us to show us our imbalance? And where we carrying this imbalance, this fear of change, this uncomfortableness that change brings? So the star, Arcturian star, and Venus are bringing through such powerful healing for us to really cleanse those old dogmas, those old beliefs we have of ourselves. Maybe it is in childhood where we had a dream and one of our friends or school teacher, whatever it may be, told us that we will never achieve that. It's too big of a dream, or that it wasn't in the norm for us to become readers or healers or whatever it is that's ready to burst out of you, out of this contraction, this belief that we can't achieve. So the Arcturian star, Venus, embracing us, lifting us into those junctions within our realities, within other dimensions, wherever it is where we are finding ourselves stuck at this time, before we can gracefully move into change. They will assist us in healing and dissolving and take us back to those times at the point of where we came into a place of stuckness, where we had fear of moving forward. That could be in a past lifetime. So they will assist us so that we can come here in this moment in time whole, to be able to move through the transition that we're all moving through. We're all going through powerful change, and change invokes all kinds of emotions. It can invoke loss because things are not going to be the same as they used to be, especially if we're moving careers, or we've been doing the same structured life for so long, and then we're starting to see this is not making us happy, that there is a dream there that we have that is not this. It's not this that we may do day in and day out. It may not be this in our life, in any area of our life, because we're about to expand and grow. But first comes this change. So we're all on this precipice of change. We're receiving the help from the galactics, from Arcturian, which are galactic. It's a galactic energy coming through this portal with Venus, the planet of love, who is in a night star. She's the evening star, helping us to go in deep to our subconscious, to go in and actually rescue us, rescue those essences of our soul that were so fearful in that moment, that our soul got trapped there, to be able to surround us and embrace us with love, so that fear dissolves and we're able to move through this period of change. So we've come through the lunar eclipse in Pisces, which was very, very powerful, very heart, going in deep to the heart center to do that exploration there, that deep exploration, and to be able to face those pains, those contractions with love, with the messages that come through from our innermost higher self that leads us through these changes, leads us through these heart-opening revelations, with the encouragement of knowing that we are safe to do that. So during this time, as we move through the equinox, the sun tipped into Libra yesterday from the final degrees of Virgo, which is the Holy One. So anything that is not of wholeness within us will be coming up for us to experience, to acknowledge, to do our healing, to call for assistance from the cosmos, from the galactic masters of light, 100% light, who are here to assist us and to help us, to take us into those different realities where an essence of us may be stuck still in fear of taking that step forward. So powerful time. And the Arcturians, they're on the higher dimensions, from the ninth dimension and higher. So as they come in, and they only know unconditional love, they know that there is no separation, because to be on that energy, on that vibration with the Arcturian, there is only unconditional love. There is no competition, that everything is whole. And moving from the sun in Virgo, the priestess, the healer, into Libra, bringing in, so anything that's tipping the scale, anything that we are holding within us will be coming to the surface, which is beautiful. and a wonderful opportunity to really feel, am I out of balance? Is this change I'm going through, is this seasonal change knocking me out of balance in some way? Is this change that I'm going through in my life really knocking me out of balance because it's the unknown? And that is the mystery. This is the mystery of change as we flow through and we call back every essence of our soul, as we lie or look up into the night sky at Venus and Arcturian, that fixed star there, and just allow that energy, that activation to occur within every cell within our bodies, taking us back into the cellular memory, the past life memories, the memories and the experiences that we've got in other realities that we're going through. We're coming forward in more and more crystalline and divine diamond light to move forward through these changes that will just bring absolute joy. So as we are now being pulled into the solar eclipse that is happening in Libra, it's around the 2nd of October. So we've been pulled into this eclipse. We've come through the lunar, all around, going within, doing that heart clearing through the equinox, bringing that balance and change. So we go through this energy vortex, this wormhole into the solar eclipse. And when I speak of the solar eclipse, I'm taken to my solar plexus, so a balance in here of the solar, as this is our sun. This is connected, our solar plexus is connected to the sun. So then as we are really cleansing and clearing and moving any stuck fear or anything that is fearful of moving forward, because this is like a holding place that we're being held. Do we want to take this forward? Do we really believe that? Is that not old dogma coming to the surface? That something someone said to us as children, or maybe in past life, that something's been placed upon us, that we will always be some kind of slave, not in service, because we're all in service. But when we are serving others at detriment to ourselves, so things starting to line up for us to step into, to be able to put that down, to realise that's an old belief, it's not a truth, it's not the truth of who we are, and we're able to put that down and move into this alignment with a soul infused path. So I'm asking for a message for the highest and greatest good for us all, to bring through a message on this powerful energy of the equinox. We're still feeling the equinox, it's still there, and the eclipse also still there. And as always, take what resonates and just put the rest to one side. Of anything that I may have said that doesn't feel right, that's fine. Just see what unfolds. There we have the 5 of Swords. Wow, the 5 of Wands. So these two, the 5s are all around change. The 5s are challenging. The 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands are challenging, minor challenges that could be coming up for us to really, and these minor cards, these minor challenges, are very noisy. They're very noisy. They put doubt in our heads of, why do we carry on doing this? Would it not be better to go back into the old way of doing things that, when we remember, we was never happy there? That it's soul destroying to go back into that. But there's this barrier to breakthrough of not listening to the gossip we have in our own head about ourselves, or what other people may have said in the past that may be coming to the forefront for us to choose not to believe in that any longer. The challenges of, again, this is the, when we go into a challenge of always thinking our perception is the only perception, and keep focusing on that without any kind of flexibility to be able to see the bigger picture, to know that we're all different. So what suits one person is not for the other person, and that's fine. To be able to not speak about that, to not put ourselves down the way that we have been put down in the past, to not, and this is Mercury coming through, Mercury's coming into this powerful conjunction with the Sun, and is moving, is still in Virgo. So this is the analytical part of us that speaks to us, that part of our brain that starts to tell us everything that may or could go wrong. And are we going to listen and get carried away and fall back asleep in that hypnosis of those old doubts, those old fears that are holding us back from, and they're just giving me the vision, you know, when you put your PC on your phone and it's just whirling, it's not connecting. I just feel that's what happens. We don't connect, we just whirl round in that state of disconnection. When we unplug from that and know that we are here to co-create a new reality, to break free from the lower third dimensional matrix, we're unplugging from it. And as we're unplugging, we're whirling. It's just like a disconnection. What do we go back and plug back in to what we know that's kept us safe, or maybe not safe? That safety is not safe, it's some kind of rut. Or do we unplug and we start to refresh, press that refresh button and start to refresh our programming, to allow these higher downloads now to take away those codes of old dogma, to replace, to cleanse it, to bring those fresh codes in that actually lift us and remind us of how beautiful life is that we have here. And the Nine of Wands also wanting to come out, and the base of the path we have the Moon, the Six of Swords. We'll take the Five of Cups also, the Three of Wands, and the Tower, and the Hierophant. Okay, so the two fives here, the Five of Swords and Five of Wands. These are conflicts. These are those old nagging doubts, that fear of change, that comes and tells us what if anything goes wrong, and look at what everybody else is doing. They're doing far greater than I am. So we start to go back into our shell. But because we've got the tower here, that shell is cracking open. And with the 2 5s here, we have the 5 of Wands. It's telling us to just rest, to refocus these energies that we've moved through, that we have been battling with ourselves to move through, to find that peace. We're being asked to rest, and this is where we have on the Rider-Waite Tarot, this is where she's old of that wand, she is bandaged, and that's what it's like, moving through those struggles that we move through, that we place upon ourselves, those pressures, those heavy burdens and pressures we put on ourselves, those expectations, what other people may be putting on us. So this is taking ourselves out during this time of coming through the equinox, the lunar eclipse there that we had in Pisces, deep spiritual, emotional, heart feeling eclipse, through the changes that we're moving through this Libra, through the equinox, the sun coming into Libra, shifting through the energy of Virgo, which is the mystic, the high priestess, coming through that, taking that wisdom, bringing the mystical energy into this time of the year, and sitting back, going within, writing in our journal, going into our gratitude journal. Gratitude is a beautiful vibration. No matter what we're facing through these changes, going back into gratitude. And you can see there, he is sat there on the mountain. He's not climbing, he's not descending, he's just sitting there, taking a rest, looking at everything that we have gone through to get to this point, and it has been very insightful. Then we have the 5 of Cups. So we have the 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups. The only one that we haven't got is the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles is making itself known because it's not here. So it's coming through. So the 5 of Pentacles is where we are being asked not to worry. So if there's any changes in our finances, if things have changed because we're about to tap into a new vibration of finance, where that whirling of our disconnect may be taking place, it's just to know that, place our attention somewhere else. So we have the 5 of Cups, which is the card of grief. So during this time, whatever grief may be coming to the surface, maybe it's seeing our children growing up and moving on. It could be the grief of changing a career and stepping into something new, and grief, whatever it may be, bringing up, to really focus on that everything's going to be okay. This is what the 5 of Pentacles, being absent, is reminding us. And with it being absent, it's asking us to pay attention, to not to worry, because worry brings in the old dogma, it brings in the old patterns, So we're sat on this precipice of, do we go, do we descend and go back through the pathways that we have just moved through, or do we change our focus, as the Five of Cups in this deck is guiding us to do? Do we change our focus, looking from those 3 cups that have spilt, or changing our focus and looking at the 2 of Cups that are still standing, which bring in love, that bring in life? The 3 of Wands, asking us to take the lead, to let go now of to surrender the fear of change, to embrace the adventure of life. With change comes adventures. So many adventures are there awaiting for us to step into. And you can see there the flames coming from her hands, or his hands, telling us that we have everything we need, that everything we touch, we create. We leave our energy imprint in everything that we touch, coming from our hearts. These are our wands. And whatever we focus on in that moment, to allow that energy, that vitality, that divine connection to come through, and whatever we're touching, allow it to go into. Reminding us to stay in this place of mindfulness in every single moment as we're going through these changes. We have the moon coming through these eclipse seasons, which are so powerful and really bring up. So through this eclipse and the equinox, I just kept seeing glitches in the matrix, where proton light waving through, and as it waved through, it shifted things. So we start to see things that maybe we've not seen before, maybe some hidden truth coming to a light for us to see, and how are we dealing with it. And the message I'm getting is, these truths that we're being shown, we've been shown them because of the work that we've done, and that we can see them with fresh eyes. We don't go deep into the hidden, into the shadow, and start to get lost in there. So you can see there's the moon and a shadow leaving. So this eclipse is eclipsing something out of our lives, and allow it to. Don't keep plugging into it. Mine has been doubt, so it's an old pattern that is no longer serving. So it's in allowing it to eclipse out of my life, and whatever it is eclipsing out of yours, whatever has been speaking to you loudly over these eclipses and before, but it's just got louder and louder and louder until you've nothing new to say to me. The old has got nothing new to show us, to let it go, so that we can invite new energy in. And this is bringing deep healing from our roots, because this old dogma that is training us is starting to break away as we start the healing process. The healing comes from the belief in ourselves. The healing comes from feeling what it is we're passionate about, and knowing that this is a gift we've been given, and feeling that energy of this gift just within ourselves. It doesn't need to be broadcasted. It's a gift that is within ourselves, and we allow it to build and build. And this is coming from the roots, from our base chakra all the way up, healing from those limited words that have been spoken to us, limiting beliefs that we have taken on to keep us in a place of safety. But it isn't safety. It's not safe. It's uncomfortable. It's a place that we know, but it's so uncomfortable now. It is so uncomfortable that we know we can't stay in this any longer. So there's immense healing coming through. It's rushing through us. It's pulsating through us, so that we can shift and look beyond this curtain, that we are seeing beyond the veil now. We're seeing into those shadowy parts, but seeing beyond. We're not listening. We're not becoming attached or entangled. We're actually looking beyond, and there's a powerful healing occurring. And this is the Star card. And you can see, and although we have the Arcturian, and they come through as a blue and different fragmented lights that come through, but also the Pleiadians. And I have, even though we've been going through this gateway of the Arcturian, I'm feeling the Pleiadians around us as well. So we have got this powerful energy of healing, that whatever solar system we have come from, they are here within us, waking us up. Time for us to wake up. Time for us to break free. Time to step into that energy of the alchemization of the lower matrix, alchemizing those lower mental and emotional melodies, so that we can take in more golden light. So you can see the chains breaking away. So we're moving through this time of change, where the wheel of the zodiacs changed, the wheel of the seasons changing, the earth shifting, moving into the darker or lighter days. So we're going through these shifts, and these shifts can't be changed. The shifts in seasons, the cosmos, it can't be changed. We can change ourselves within us to accommodate this beautiful energy that's coming in. We can empty ourselves, empty this vessel of the old patterns, and wake up to the newness and the remembrance of who we are. There is light coming through. This is the card of Taurus. This is a earth sign. Very prosperous energy. Grounding and earthing this energy that's coming in. And you can see there the light coming down those steps. And he sat there with his hands on his book. And I'm being taken to our own book of life, to place our hands there and to actually visualize a clean page and start to just focus from our hearts and our feelings, the upliftment of living a life whole and happy, prosperous and healthy, love-filled. Just to allow it to pulsate from our hearts onto that page, channeling the powerful energies that are coming through now from the galactic center, channeling that energy onto a blank page of our book of life as we start to weave into our lives a reality that we have come here to birth. And you can see there, this is concentration, not looking elsewhere, just focus on within, allowing it to come through. And there we are, the Tower. Things falling away now, the old dogmas falling away, bringing ourselves back into this moment in time, into the mystery, into the mystical energy that we are, into the mystery of life, into the adventure of life. You can see there the pink, the violet, the golden, that is so beautiful from this angel holding our hearts, knowing that whatever is in our heart can never be taken. It can't fall away from us. And we hold our connection to our loved ones, our angels, our guides in our hearts, not in our head, in our hearts. And they're guiding us through this passageway with our heart. So things falling away that are no longer serving us, that are not of love, because now we've come in and we've started to have that relationship with ourselves, of self-love, of self-healing. So all the dynamics of everything in our environment around us will change to come into the vibrational match with this, with what we're feeling now, knowing that anything that's falling away, the changes that are occurring, will birth a new reality, a new expression within ourselves. And it's all good, it's all perfect, it's all divinely orchestrated and timed. I'm asking for a message for underneath. We'll go to the fives. Asking for a message for underneath the Five of Swords. Some clarification for underneath there. Where is this conflict coming from? This is things starting to move. So where we felt stuck, opportunities starting to come in that start to free us, that we start to come into alignment with souls on our wavelength, and the key to success. So putting down the conflicts, don't even go into them, don't even go into them in our heads. Just call on the help from the cosmos, from the Arcturians, from Venus, and to help guide us. And then we have the luckiest card in the spread. So we can either go into this conflict, this gossip, or whatever it is, or now just step back and not participate in it with others or with ourselves. And this brings so much success and luck into our lives. So underneath the Five of Wands, can we please have some guidance for the unconditional love? and asking us and telling us that there is energy coming through. So just view everything through the lens, through our hearts of unconditional love. Energy coming in that we are not aware of yet, bringing beautiful downloads. This is a card that brings positive outcomes. So if there are any challenges going on, know that things are changing. We may not be able to see them just yet, but it's coming through. Just stay in that place of loyalty to ourselves and loyalty, and knowing that we have unconditional love first within us, and view everything with unconditional love. And this is bringing positive outcomes. And the base of the pack is the stars, bringing luck and wishes being granted. Just staying in peace. Just stay in peace during these changes, during this transformation, powerful transformation, that we are breaking free of lots of old, conditioned, deeply ingrained, not just this lifetime, through different realities, through past lifetimes, through our ancestors. So we're moving forward now. So we're unhooking, moving forward, releasing, letting go, stepping into our mystery, stepping into the mystery of life. So I'm asking now for a message from the Stars pack for some guidance from here. Cosmic ancestors, the Arcturians that are coming through, assisting us. Allow the starlight to just bathe us. Allow the evening star, the Venus and the evening star, to bathe us in the deep healing that comes into every particle of our being, that goes and moves through all directions of space and time, and will go back and bring back anything of us that's trapped in that fear of stepping forward. So know the energy is here to assist us as we're moving through this eclipse gateway, through the equinox, bringing us balance. Libra is all around our one-to-one relationships, and there we have eternal union coming in as I speak about our relationships, our one-to-one relationships. So whatever is interfering with that, whatever interference, whatever distortions we have going on within us, bringing it and healing it until we step into this union. And this is the Arcturian, they only know union, they only know oneness and coming together to unite. So ultimately the healing that we're going through is bringing us into this new love is forming. How beautiful from the cosmic ancestors who are coming through, helping us to step into who we truly are. So wonderful messages today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.